last week.
No, we got really to talking last week.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes in. Yeah.
Yep. Let me go over to my Facebook and try to correct it here. Nope, they haven't caught up.
You can't correct Facebook. It's broke.
No, there's no hope. No hope at all.
Not as broke as the other one we mentioned.
There's been,
but we won't go there.
It'd be worse.
been
We all
a
could
new
be on
hope
the.
since
We
70.
could all be on the TikTok. So
On the TikTok.
there we are, folks. Come on in, folks. We see you out there. It's time for Comics by Night. This is Friday the 13th, 2024.
Oh my God, it isn't, is it?
It is.
I had 2 daughters.
Next year, no Friday the 13th.
I had 2 daughters born on Friday the 13th.
Did you? Wow. Crazy.
Mm.
Yep. No Friday the 13th in 2025, but
Well,
3
one was the
Friday the 13th in 2026. Go figure. Give you something to look forward to.
And you counted every one of them. You were like, you're obsessed.
No, I just listened to the stupid news this morning. It's the only thing I grafted off of it. So that stuck. Oh, yeah. No Friday the 13th until 2026. That'll be cool.
Thank you, Randy, for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, man. It was fun.
Yeah, that's about it. That's
Wait.
about what it was. Comment.
Well, it was about 2 hours and a half, and we were like, "Well,
Yeah.
we've been talking for a little while, haven't we?" Yeah, just get carried away. Get me started about comics, and we'll go all over the place. Here's the opening. We'll get this going. Got a great book for you today. It's Blueberry.
Hey, Homer.
Blueberry 3. Thanks for dropping in. Here we go.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Shit my pants.
Anyway,
That was like my bathroom break. Boom.
boom. Come on in, folks. Comics by Night. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. Go over there and take a look. arrowcomics.store. All sorts of great books over there. The most
But
recent
are
would
you
be
really?
Shadow Kingdom? Yes, I really am. Deeply appreciate you being here, everybody. I don't know what more to say other than today we're also joined by Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I write books, I draw comics, and lots of other things. I publish magazines, and you can find most of my stuff on Amazon. So if you put my name in Google, you'll find it somewhere. Just get to Amazon, you'll see it. Lots of stuff there: science fiction, Kennedy assassination, children's books, all sorts of things. Just go and check it out on Amazon.
Children's books. I haven't done that yet. All right. Also joining us, Mr. Russ Leach. Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning. My name's Russ Leach. I am a comic book artist from the UK. Currently on issue 2 of this magazine, The Atlantean. I just got the books through today. They're going out in the post in the next few days. Apart from a couple of backers who are in Canada, so I will contact you because obviously you've got a strike on at the moment. Sorry about that. So you guys are going to be late. There's nothing I can do about that, but I'll make sure and be looking in on that for you. But really pleased with the way this came out. Really pleased with the way the second episode is coming out. And so if you want to find out more about that, I'm going to be dropping a newsletter this week prior to Christmas, or next week, should I say, prior to Christmas. So if you want to find out all about that, go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list there. You can get me on the social medias there as well. Everything's there at russleach.com. Find me there, sign up.
It just keeps getting better.
It does. I'm so pleased.
Also joining us this morning, Mr. Rex Devil Flyer. Rex, introduce yourself, please. If you can. if there's a delay. Now all of a
Rex
sudden you're fuzzy.
Christian. I'm in Northeast Arkansas. And am I fussy?
No, you're fine. Go
As
ahead.
long as I'm not a furry.
There you are.
I'm probably on delay roboting. I don't know.
Cool.
Anyway,
We're not here to talk about our porn career. Go ahead.
I quit.
He's done. Devil Flyer over on Fund My
Devil
Comic,
Flyer.
folks. Go over there and take a look.
Fun my comic. Yes.
I got a story, but I don't think I want to tell it on the air.
Anyway, Blueberry.
Okay. I do want to say one thing. I did get to see Ink Spot's work on the Atlantean behind the scenes, and it's looking cool, Russ. You're going to be happy.
Right. Yeah. I've seen halfway through what he's done. Really good. Really, really good. So I can't wait to see that in
I
its
think
finished
so. Yeah.
format.
Excellent. Blueberry 3, folks.
Our focus.
Oh yeah.
Epic Comics. Looks good on my end. We're still out of focus.
I don't think I ever saw these in the stores, back in the day. I just never did.
Oh, I couldn't wait for them to come out. As soon as they were out, I got a copy. All of that Moebius material. This was 1980, 1979. Sorry. Doesn't say. Have to look deeper here.
Super pixelated. Yeah, that's me.
Super pixelated.
Are you Brits friends with Simon Bisley? Omer Glitch wants to know.
Well, no, not personal friends. Although I do occasionally have tea with the Queen when she's alive.
Yeah. All right.
How posh.
No, I have. I think I've bumped into him once, but he's not. No, he wouldn't remember me, I'm sure.
Hey, speaking of the Queen, my father-in-law got a letter off King Charles for reaching 100 last year.
No, really.
Yeah,
Well,
it's in-
congratulations.
It's in the book. To put the books together. and they're there
Congratulations.
now.
Sweet.
Got them yesterday with all his work in it. Fantastic.
Good stuff.
And he's got a letter from the king.
Not from Elvis.
No, sadly,
Wrong.
Elvis was not feeling too good.
Wrong king. Yeah. It's like that dead.
So your father was born in 1924.
Yes.
No, he was born in 1923, and Helen's dad. My dad was born in 1924, but he's dead.
Oh,
he's been dead a while.
The letter takes a little while to get to you.
Yeah.
It's been in the post for a year.
Goes to
Yes.
Canada
He went
first.
to Canada first. Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Look at there. Just
Look
a few
at
more
that.
yards and he'll be
Sniper
within firing range.
Look it.
It's an assassination attempt.
That is. Yeah.
Wonder where they got that idea.
it's just amazing the different variety that Moebius had, in his artwork.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we said this last week. That if you open this up, you probably wouldn't work out that it was Moebius, considering the science fiction stuff he does.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different
No.
style, but it's very nice.
That's not still going in and out, is it? No.
Look at that there, that second panel.
Yeah,
You're getting a guy. You're getting a guy.
amazing
Go ahead, Glenn.
You're getting a guy to shoot someone, right? You probably offered him considerable amount of money, and then he's there aiming his rifle, and the guy says, "Are you sure you won't miss the target?" Oh no, I've never fired one of these before.
Or he could have just done it himself.
That's right.
Leave
Save
me
the
alone,
money.
Kelly. I know what I'm doing with this baby. I never miss. And that little cross filed through the bullet. The bullet's tip ensures every wound is fatal.
Dum-dum bullets, eh?
Yeah. You seem nervous, Kelly.
Illegal.
Having second thoughts? Shut up, Blueberry. Your turn will come soon enough.
You know those dum-dum bullets are classed as illegal. I don't understand how you can shoot somebody with a bullet in the head and kill them, but you can't. You're not supposed to use a dum-dum bullet to kill them.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to
Like either like all bullets illegal or none.
Yeah. What difference does it make?
No inflicting
Does it make,
pain
yeah.
on the victim.
Well, the dum-dum bullet's probably better than a regular bullet because it explodes, so you're probably more likely to get killed by that. So the other one should be illegal.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but let's face it, the people killing someone else, they don't want to see that. Think about
that
their
opening
feeling.
page.
That's
That
why we're not
opening
on
page,
TikTok.
We don't think about snipers in the West, but they did have early scopes and stuff like was depicted. That looked very modern and contemporary, that opening scene. And then, we're in the West, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that a famous quote somewhat in the Napoleonic Wars or something? There was some general on a hill. They used to look. The generals used to stand at the top of the hill and signal to the armies to move in squares and all that kind of thing. And because you had no walkie-talkies or whatever. And I don't know who it was, but there was somebody sitting on his horse with several of his generals on top of the hill, opposite the other hill where the other guy was. Right, the other general was, half a mile away. Mm-hmm. And somebody said to this guy, this is the story, I don't know whether it's true, said to this guy, we better move away, sir. You're open to assaults or something. And he said, oh, don't worry, nobody. How can anybody get me here? And the guy on the other side had just invented the telescopic sight and got him right between the eyes just as he said it. Anyway.
Homer Glitch in the house this morning. Good morning, gents. Good morning.
Famous last words.
Is the site updated? At Randy, not sure which site you're talking about.
I think he's talking about the telescopic sight on the rifle.
Oh, the one you were talking about earlier.
Could be. Yeah. Are you Brit's friends with Simon Bisley? Answered already. Super pixelated at Rex. Yeah. Here's a Fund My Comic for Devil Flyer. Thank you. Alan Moore.
Alan Moore used to read my magazine. I've got a photograph of him reading it, but I don't know him.
Keeps pretty much to himself.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I did meet him once, but he was called away just as he was about to speak, along with Gene Cole and along with Gil Kane. So, but I don't know him now.
Mark Miller, maybe?
No.
Miller.
I really want to like Alan Moore, but he just so much comes across as a dick.
Yeah.
Never meet your heroes, right?
No, don't do that. No.
Some of them are really, really nice.
I'm sure if I was to meet Mr. Steranko, I'd enjoy myself.
Steranko is a trip. I should next time he's at a show, I should film a little bit of him. But I told you that story, right? Guy come up, asked him if he could take his picture.
Yeah.
with a camera, and he looked at him and goes, young man, he says, I don't allow my picture to be taken unless I have two beautiful women on each side of me.
Did he go away and get two beautiful women though?
Yeah, he went out and found two beautiful women.
So the sniper's a woman then in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I say you can be cool, but you're never going to be Steranko cool.
No, that's
the way it is. You should see him at shows. He's a definite showman. He knows why he's there, and he puts on a really good show. And anytime you go up to talk to him, you got to chalk off at least 15 minutes to a half an hour because he's got stories. He'll go tell you whatever you want.
Well, as long as he's not charging, I'd be there all day.
Yeah. Well, there it's after the one show, first show in a long time I saw him at. Everybody went to dinner except me, And they come back the next day. Did you go to the dinner with Steranko? It was a big table. I didn't see you there. It's like it was 4 hours. It was 4 hours, and Steranko was at the head of the table.
Loving
And it was just story. Oh yeah, he was eating it up. This really looks really different from the stuff that we had been looking at. It's a lot more. You got a lot more detail, a lot more stuff going on.
Yeah.
Here. And of course, it is a crowded town and a big crowd scene. So,
And it looks like they're doing that split page again, doesn't it?
oh no, I'm sure that's how they did it before. It's in 2 sections. That's how they've done all of these. It was probably printed half size, or a half a page at a time too. When it was first printed. Great shot though.
But it translates really well.
Yeah. Sir, it's a woman. Stop that lunatic. It is.
How does he know it's a woman?
I don't know.
I can smell her perfume.
She has a very strong cologne.
It is talking to on that left hand page on the center panel. He's talking to his dad because it says, "Ulysses, listen to me, Pa."
Pa.
Oh, yeah, no, that's yeah.
So I think the French.
It's
The French
gunshot.
have, like,
It's gunshot. Paul.
the French have a sixth sense for women. That's why I just.
Is that what it is?
Like
How can we get a woman in? Let's make her the sniper.
yeah, what's it? Pepe Le Pew. That's it. You can always spot a woman. Didn't matter if it was a cat. You just think everybody was a skunk, and he loved them.
Skunk or a skank?
Skunk. Doesn't matter.
So is it Grant that they're trying to assassinate? Who are they trying to assassinate?
Oh, it does look like Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah.
Probably right after the war.
Speaking as Americans, you two, could you answer this question? Why are the Union soldiers, the blue bellies, why are they always depicted as the bad guy? Because when you watch Clint Eastwood in those films, the Union soldiers are always the baddies. Why? And the baddies in this? Why is that? Why are they? Why are the Northern soldiers the baddies?
Probably to gain more sympathy, or they're the artist or the writer is sympathetic to the South more than the North.
Right. Okay.
But after the Civil War, everybody wore.
That's a leap. I don't know about that. They were the ones in charge after the war. I don't know if this is set during the war or after the war.
If it's right after the war, yeah, everybody was in blue coats, except Jonah Hex. That's another story.
Yeah. Jonah Hex is kind of like an enemy ace,
Yeah.
For
that.
Yeah, that's great. Isn't it?
You don't see that angle very often in comics.
even the coloring on this particular book is different than the one we looked at last week.
Yeah,
the palette.
If he's coloring it himself or not.
I mean, not extremely different, but it is different. Did you find a year on this book when it was published?
Yeah, it was printed in 1980, but the actual material was done in 75. This who was the editor-in-chief of Epic at the time. It was probably
have these ever been collected, Randy, into a comprehensive book?
Yeah, I believe IDW has printed.
in England?
Yeah, I think IDW's printed a large hardback of it, of the Blueberry material. I think there's 5 books total.
Wow.
Manuel Magnus in the house. Greetings from Russia.
Wow.
Glad you're here. Manuel, I'm glad you found us. I like Jean Girard. Yeah. We do too. That's why we look at this material. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Fire here. More paws.
It was privé. Privet? 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 It's hello in Russian.
Not sure.
Privet, Manuel. There you go. We do our best. It's not great, but we do our best.
We try.
We try. We try. Privet. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it was Edward G. Robertson's birthday yesterday. Having a birthday.
Oh, was it? Cool.
Mhm.
I almost watched Key Largo a couple days ago.
That's unfortunate, really, because he's dead.
Yeah, it is. But
His last movie was Sergeant Green, and he actually euthanized himself in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Brits ever seen Soylent Green?
Yeah, people are Soylent Green.
Yeah. Day is Soylent Green Day. Yeah, seen that.
It's what's his name, isn't it?
Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston, yes.
Have you watched it recently though?
No. I've not seen it since the 70s.
Oh, you need to watch it again. Because
But he did
scary.
some great dystopian science fiction, didn't he, Charlton? So it's just like Planet of the Apes, Omega Man, and Soylent Green was just like what fantastic films.
Well, it took place. The movie takes place in 2023.
Oh, right.
and it's amazing and frightening how accurate it is. There's just a few exaggerations here and there, but it's really horribly prophetic. High prices on food, the cops being corrupt, the euthanizing organization, and trying to overpopulation, people laying around in the streets. It's just crazy.
I think that applies to every time.
Yeah, it's San Francisco.
Yeah,
and Manchester.
Exactly. Vic Aldama in the house. Sup, Omer?
I like that bottom panel there. That's where he's saying might know on the left hand page.
Yeah, with the head. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
That is just fantastic. It's a bit, like I said, it is a bit different style than what they had been doing. Well, here we go. We're getting back into it here.
What's he doing on that top panel on the second page? It looks like he's having a pee against the wall.
Jumping. Oh, here? Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Well, it is French. He probably is.
Yeah, they don't care, do they? Just blow it to tiny pissers.
Pissers. Yes, and anybody out there who's listening who's French, no apologies. This is just good humor. We love you.
We love everybody.
We love everybody. We love our European partners.
Manuel goes, what's the name of the movie you were talking about? Soylent Green. Soylent Green, Charlton Heston, Edward G. Robinson. Very interesting film done back in the 70s when Heston was doing a whole string of science fiction movies like Omega Man and and Planet of the Apes. Just
Omega Man.
Very say what?
The Omega Man's the best one, I think.
Yeah, I love the Omega Man.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they remade that, didn't they?
They made Will changed
Will
it.
Smith.
Yeah, they tried. It's not the same.
It wasn't awful, but it wasn't as good as the originals. So. But then they really are.
They just steal the title, don't they, and put something else under it.
Yeah.
It's a totally different film.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if it's closer to the book or not, but
from what I understand, it was, but it doesn't. They're two completely different films. Go ahead.
The Charlton Heston film. They're not not zombies, are they? They're just
messed up people, aren't they?
Yeah. They're not going to eat him, are they? They're going to.
No. In the new one, it's they're kind of like a different species. They've been changed into a different species or something.
They were vaccinated mutants.
Go for it.
Anthony Zerb. He was good, isn't he?
A lot of exposition, but a nice shot.
Yeah, we mentioned before that the translation doesn't help the word balloons, does it?
No.
It's a shame.
It gets a little crowded in places and a little wide open in others.
It just makes you want to see it in French. Never mind reading it, just struggle through it.
Well, yeah. The one I got is in French.
Right.
And the lettering on it is really nice.
Manuel says, thanks. I'll check it out. It's worth it, Manuel. And if you haven't seen Planet of the Apes and Omega Man, definitely worth your time. All three of them.
But Planet of the Apes is one of the best films of all time, in my view. I just love that film.
It says so much.
Look at Mr. Twilight Zone had his hand in that. Soylent Green is on YouTube for free. You can watch it.
Oh,
is it? Oh, wow.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. There's an evening for you. So.
Right. I'll see you later.
I watched it about 3 years ago when I was flat on my back and in the convalescent center. It's just amazing to sit there and watch it and see how accurate it is. Just scary stuff. I'm like, wow, man, that's like today. Holy crap.
Set in New York City in 2022. Population 400. I guess that's million. That doesn't. Our population, that it was always about pollution and population control in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Mega City 1 then.
Yeah, pretty much. Only without the tall buildings.
Yeah. Although the problem we've actually
Metropolis, kind of like Metropolis of the silent era.
Yeah. The problem the world is going to be facing soon is not overpopulation. It's underpopulation. Mm-hmm. The replacement rate in so many countries has just dropped.
I think that's why we have the immigrant.
Yeah, well, that is what the grand finance masters of most of Western countries have decided is the way forward, is to use immigration. But unfortunately, it's had a lot of side effects that they just didn't expect because they're, they don't think like people think. They think like financiers. We're all just numbers on a spreadsheet.
It's greatly helped the crime rates in Venezuela and Colombia, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's great the way they think there's nobody around, so they just get somebody from somewhere else, not realizing that there's all the same people are always around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Where's the lack of population? It's just in a different area.
Yeah. I guess Italy and Japan are drastically feeling negative population rates right now.
Yep. Well, with every Western country is seeing it. Apparently, China's replace rate is really bad. China's going to have trouble. So, it's going to come to everyone.
The solution, though, I don't think is import a lot of Muslims into your country.
Well, import anyone. It doesn't matter what they are. It's like that's not the way to fix it. The thing is what they didn't foresee is the amount of automation that would going to be coming down the pipe. Because then you wouldn't feel the need to replace people, because what's going to happen is you're going to start replacing them with machines and AI and all kinds of stuff, and then people just won't have any jobs, and then you'll have too many people in the country.
Yep.
But then you can have a war and make loads of money again.
Yeah. You can always have a war, can't you? As we've seen.
Then we can have a second baby boom.
To do what with? They won't have anything to do.
To start again. Start again
after the war.
Yeah, 100 years from the war, it'll
get restart
again.
Everybody will have their own OnlyFans account. That's what it is. So I watched. Manuel says, by the way, I was the official translator for Russia for the TMNT comics. That's cool.
Oh wow!
I placed the original
the new Planet
5 movie series of Planet of the Apes and the TV series over all that practical makeup over that new Planet of the Apes, hands down.
Yeah, if you go back to the 70s and 80s, there's some incredibly classic science fiction. Even the bad stuff is fun,
Yeah.
you know. And there was a big boom in science fiction
And
movies after Star Wars.
you
came out.
had like Claude Akins and other Charlton Heston and George Franciscus. You had wonderful actors in that series.
I didn't mind the Planet of the Apes.
Nowadays, they don't know how to act.
Yeah, I didn't mind the new stuff. It was all right, but it wasn't as good as the old stuff. There's no doubt about it.
I don't mind it, but it's not superior to the
God,
original,
no, absolutely not. You're right there.
in my I mean, what they did with that makeup was incredible. You know,
Yeah,
back
at the
in
time,
the day.
yeah.
I think they won Academy Award for
At the
that
time.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
still
when
holds
science
up.
fiction
It still
films
holds
didn't
up
win
today.
awards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, Frederick March's Jekyll and Hyde, you know, the Academy Awards actually included, you know, horrors and westerns and different things. And he won Best Actor for his Jekyll and Hyde. Of course, that was when the Academy Awards first started out.
And back when they awarded people for merit instead of just checking boxes and being a popularity contest. It says, have you watched Stalker? It's a great Russian science fiction movie. I can't say I remember it by the title. It's from 1979. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It might have been released here in the States under a different name too. So I don't know.
Here in the States, I know that, you know, they've been releasing some movies and, you know, from Russia that are made in Russia that have been fairly good movies, you know.
Yeah. And that Japanese Godzilla movie that they kicked out last year, the year before, was amazing. Just crazy good. I was
Russia did a Godzilla
really
movie.
impressed.
No,
that was from Japan. The Japanese kicked out a black and white Godzilla movie to celebrate his anniversary. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was really, really good.
Oh,
was it that Godzilla -1 or whatever it is?
Yeah, that's it. Godzilla -1.
I still haven't seen that.
Just really impressive stuff, especially considering they did it for like $10 million. Yeah.
Yeah, they made bank on that movie.
They sure did. They deserved it too.
Yeah, this is definitely.
They just now released it on DVD a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is definitely a different approach.
It's kind of a combination.
The days when women used to.
Some of the line work here is reminiscent of the science fiction material.
Yeah.
Little hints of it here and there. Yeah.
I can remember when the older ladies of my family, not all of them, but, you know, chewed tobacco.
Yeah.
Ding.
Exactly.
Yep.
Manuel says, no, we've never done any.
I mean, if you were a plainswoman.
Sorry.
Yeah. That would be interesting to see what they would come up with, though.
Yeah, it would.
Vic says, love the dialogue in the comic.
Say what? What'd you say,
Vic
Rex?
In the chat says, love the dialogue in the comic. He must be reading it.
Vic, love the dialogue. Yeah, cool. There it is. Sorry, Vic, I missed you there. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Glitch says, huh?
Yeah, you can see some of in the face is Moebius. You know, it looks a little bit more like his work on these pages.
Yeah. So wiped out the panel border here. Figured it wasn't necessary so that this was wide open. We have George Peppard here, I think. No, yeah. It's an old
George
Western
Peppard.
actor, right? George Peppard. I might be thinking
George
of somebody
Peppard,
else.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
But he was
I
on
mean,
A-Team.
It's got the same face. I'm thinking of a different actor then. Sorry. It's a Western and war actor from the 70s. That face is exactly.
Well, I mean,
off of
George
that.
Peppard did. Oh, maybe you're thinking of Kennedy,
Yeah.
George Kennedy. I don't know.
Could be. That face is
Swollen
dead
black
on there.
eye for that one guy.
The pacing of this stuff is really great, isn't it? The way the different angles and everything. We say this all the time, but it's just so well drawn as well. It clearly can draw, and the pacing and the quiet parts is superb. He tells a story rather than like the explosions and batooms everywhere, and he allows the story to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that the dialogue goes over the gutter there on the second page a couple of times.
Over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right there and down below. Right there. Yeah.
It's neither one of them. Oh, who is that guy? Same guy. Who was in like Flint?
Oh, that's who I was trying to think of as well.
Yeah. James Coburn.
James Coburn.
Yes.
That's who that is.
Stainless
right
steel rat.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
He was in Magnificent Seven as well. Seven.
Great Escape.
Great Escape, yeah. There was a Doctor Who actor in The Great Escape.
Yeah.
One of the original companions.
Oh,
he
right.
would have been 100 back in November.
I know there was a Man from U.N.C.L.E. was in it. And a robot.
Yeah. Robert Vaughn.
And the guy from
there's
Friday
that
the
guy right
13th,
there.
James Coburn.
Donald Pleasance. He was in
James
it,
Coburn.
Yeah.
He was the blind fella.
There's Coburn right there.
Yeah.
And Richard Attenborough was in there in The Great Escape.
Yeah, James Garner, Steve
Coburn in
McQueen,
that.
lots of people in there.
Everybody was in it.
Ilya Kuryakin was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Jackson. Wow.
I love the give and take of the warm and cool palette in these.
I was just gonna say we're getting red here because he's stepping up the drama, trying to raise attention through the color. Another paw.
Paw. That's what I love about the spaghetti westerns is the gunshots sound like a cannon going off. They sound a lot more menacing than the old westerns that the Americans did with the sound effects of a gun.
Wasn't James Coburn in Cross of Iron as well?
In what?
Cross of Iron. He was a German soldier who was fighting the Russians at Stalingrad or somewhere. Cross of Iron, 1976. It's a really good film.
I can't say I've ever seen it.
Check it out. Cross of Iron.
Cross of Iron. Okay.
Cross, yeah, like the Iron Cross. It was he was a German in a German unit. It's a really good film.
Cool. Marvy in the house. Good morning. Just came here to say hi. Coffee break. Got yesterday a great graphic novel, To Build a Fire by Christophe Chabouillet. I'm guessing.
Monday will be Marv's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Marv. Beautiful but sad story. I'll show you next Sunday. Have a day. Have a great day. You too, Marv. Thanks for stopping by. Later, gents. Have a good day. Just wanted to pop in for a bit. Umer, thank you so much
See you,
for
Omar.
stopping by. We
Sure,
are
yeah.
archived all
care,
over. Rex has got us there, I think, archived, and Comic Book Black Belt and the Randy Zim YouTube channel and the Indie Comics Network. All of our shows are archived over there for your viewing and listening pleasure after the fact. You know, the majority of our audiences, especially here in the States, they don't get up this early in the morning unless they have to. But we're glad everybody's here. We're glad we're being watched whenever we're being watched. It's a nice shot here. Look at that.
He really does like distinctive different body types and faces and things.
Oh yeah. Kid.
That brings a realism to this work, you know,
Yeah.
but not every body type looks the same.
Oh, yeah.
Paw, paw, paw. Paw, paw, paw. What's the difference between paw, paw, paw and bam, bam, bam? One letter,
Spelt differently.
two letters.
Yeah. Whether or not you're watching Flintstones. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That one guy almost looks like Richard Nixon in profile.
Yeah.
Spideracno.
Mm-hmm.
He's fanning his gun here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Look at that top left panel, looking out that window.
Yeah. The way it's shadow across his face.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's like from a film, isn't it?
What do you think,
Brilliant.
Glenn, what do you think about the coloring on this, Glenn? Because he, probably used Doc Martens inks as we talked about.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether he's used Dr. Martens, but it is fantastic colouring. Yeah, it's like Randy said, he does raise the temperature literally by using those reds. But I like that. It's like I was saying before about the actual storytelling of it. If you notice, most things are like a double spread with the colour. I don't know, but if you turn over, I bet the colours are different. And it's like an entire piece that, and he uses similar. It's all look at it. Look, it's different from the previous, but look at it's all the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a double spread. Look at the girl. The girl's always in the light.
Gone for a harder brown palette here.
Yeah, and he seems to do that all the. It's like he must have when he's colouring, he must have both pages on the desk, his drawing board, to look at them both at the same time. That's what I would do if I was going to do this kind of
all
technique.
4 of them, be all 4 pages at once. Yeah.
But I like the way he's got the lighting on the girl all the time. Oh, well, most of the time. There's one panel there where she's not, but
yeah, she sticks out all the time, doesn't she?
Yeah, really good. Again, though, I must say, as much as I like colouring, I'd like to see this in black and white.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it in black and white with the French lettering that fits the word balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like we're saying, he's one of the best, isn't he? But he just tells such a good story. Like on the left-hand page there, on the second tier, where he's just tapping on the door. And there's no sound effect. It's just somebody tapping on the door. Just a little panel in the middle of those two, with the girls, just like an interruption, little tap tap.
That's what it is. It's an interruption because they're here. They're startled at the tapping on the door. Yeah,
little reaction shot.
Yeah.
You don't need a sound effect there.
Well,
No.
little action reaction here.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and you've got beats
Yeah.
running. Very cinematic. Yeah.
And then again, the storytelling aspect. Just in case you forget, we've got an establishing shot on the second page, on the second tier, just to remind you where we are, what's going on.
I think, like sound effects. There is a knock knock though, isn't there? Is that something he's put on there? What's that?
Very small, right there.
Yeah, like a tap tap.
Enough for a tap tap.
I don't think you need a sound effect there at all.
No, I don't.
Because it's quite obvious because of the way that he's drawn the hand. He's going to knock on the door. If he's not already knocked, it's going to be about to knock.
Yeah.
So it makes that the beat. It creates the story beat.
Yeah. Well, he might have been thinking the same thing too, which is why it's colored over. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Or maybe the letterer put it on there.
it's a quiet knock, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a tap.
That I could just imagine that, and this is not a dig at editors in general because you need them; they're good at it. But I could imagine that being an editor's addition.
Yes.
So he's just gone. You don't need a sound effect here. Knock knock. You know he's going to knock, or he's already knocked.
Yeah. So they
And the editor's gone. I don't know. We need a sound effect there. Letterer put knock knock on.
Or I would look at it more as a conscious decision by Moebius to put that in there, but not to make it prominent.
Mm.
You know, because all you need is a quick camera cut to show that there is a tapping on the door, and then their reaction to it interrupts their conversation.
But you still don't need the sound effect.
Probably not, but that's probably why he went over and colored it in the didn't pop the sound effect at all. It's really hard to see.
And the colouring has changed now. We've gone outside because it's dark.
Yeah, getting more night with outside lighting, getting light blues in here. Yeah.
Such saturation of color, though, you get with this color palette. No matter what the palette is, it's just so rich.
Not everybody would decide to do that. You know, use flat color like that, or drop things back, or they'd go through and just color it the way that it.
Love that.
Supposed to look.
Love that last panel on the first page, the shadow of the brim coming over the eyes, the railing, just
the
whatever that is. It's
windowsill there too, across his body.
Intense panel without
those great
staring
folds
right
on
at the reader.
Great folds on the bed there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Deeply appreciate everybody watching today. Make sure you hit that like or love button wherever you're at, and leave a comment if you care to.
Love button. Oh,
that love button. Yeah. Any kind of interaction goes to help our algorithms so that we're found easier in searches and recommendations.
Wow, look at that.
Great panel there.
That bottom
It's
right.
very clear.
Yeah, that bottom right panel. Bottom right panel. That one. Yeah, the contrast of the red in the background and the blue is just amazing. The way it brings it out, like it looks really sort of warm in the background, doesn't it? And they're coming towards you. You know, it's just amazing. Certainly knows what he's doing.
like they're leaving the warmth of the interior to come out into the cold of the night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fantastic. And if you look on the panel above it, with the train, you can see the warmth in the hut, you know, the station thing.
Sure. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Wow, look at that. It's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulls your attention right to it too with that open background.
And again, you know, you see that lovely lighting from the moon, and then the panel below, we're back in the warmth again inside the hut.
The light there.
Or general warmth, you know, it's probably a bit warm, probably not that warm in there, but the way it changes the scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's all outside, and then all of a sudden we're inside because the atmosphere is different, which continues on the next page. And then when he goes outside again, he's climbing up that tower, the water tank.
Yeah.
It's outside. It's just fantastic.
A water tank.
Yeah, that's next
That was
train,
telegraphed
yeah.
next to the train. Yeah.
It's all there.
Very smart.
And then a convenient amount of water in the tank so he can put the word balloon in it.
Yeah.
That's great the way he's climbing up that tank and then he's got his leg over on the top of it. That's fantastic.
The little
Yeah. Little walkway.
well, yeah, walkway.
Oh,
Oh, man. Just every time you turn a page, you go,
look at that.
That's amazing.
And the way he's done the different angle on the station with the train.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a real place, you know.
Yeah.
And he's got more detail in there because he's got those buildings with the flags at the back, or whatever it is. Yeah, and
Troops.
at the top,
Looks
yeah.
like it's got troops back, or fence posts out there. More of this town back there.
And if you look on the previous page, the center panel, third tier, look at the guy that is in the tower, and he's peeping over, and it's daybreak, and look at the red on his hat.
Yeah,
his face, because it's sunrise. Wow. And then again, look at that! Fantastic. I've only just seen it because I was looking at the train one. That one, yeah, the way you see his view, the guy, so you can see, he's got his rifle. You can see he's hiding, and you've got that bloody train there as well in the station. It's incredible.
it's got everything there. Everything is set right there in that one panel.
Yeah.
Yep. All the action, all of the story that you need to see is right there.
Yeah, if you just saw that one panel, you didn't have any lead up to it, you'd think, hang on, he's got a rifle there, he's in a high position, it's a train, people are going to be getting off. What is he doing? Because he's obviously hiding. If he was a guard, he'd be standing, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh, look at the panel next to it with the guy with the white hat, the way he's really, really dark skinned. And the white of his suit and his hat brings his face out even more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not afraid to vary the skin tone.
That's right. And that the station now is red at the bottom. Look at that. It's beautiful. Makes me want to pick up my brushes.
Very smartly done.
Yeah, I mean, it really draws your attention to the station, even though it has all that going on around it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I've not seen the film, I've only seen clips of it. Tarantino's. Is it Django? Is it Jamie Foxx who plays the black guy, the slave? And he have a bright blue suit on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same kind of thing with the guy with the white suit. It really, I mean, he looks stupid, doesn't he, Jamie Foxx, when he rescues that girl from being whipped, and he's got that bright blue suit on with frilly cuffs and things, and he just looks so outrageous. But that's like this guy here in the white suit. He stands out so much.
Yeah.
Is it Django in Chains or something? It's called.
Yeah.
I've not
It's a
seen
good
it.
film.
Yeah,
It's a good
well,
film.
those aren't the Tarantino films.
I don't think I've sat through a Tarantino film since
Another
Hateful Eight.
remake.
I need to watch that and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, I
not
haven't
seen that
seen
one
that
either.
yet.
I like Inglorious Bastards. That was a good film,
It's a great
yeah.
film. Buongiorno.
especially that the bit with Waltz with the Frenchman in, Monsieur Le Petit, when he's talking to him for 3 hours. It's just brilliant. That.
Yeah.
That is a good film.
Oh, he's shot his sky dish.
Oh no!
The window.
Yeah.
Open the window up and the glare hits.
I thought it was the bubble on the prisoner coming to get him for a moment.
It's right in the middle of Monday night
yeah.
football. What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the decisions he made with the flags. He just did like a light wash so that it's not a solid red, white, and blue there.
Yeah. Well, sun bleach too.
I'm going to say it's
He
washed
knows,
out by the sun, isn't it?
Yeah, get washed out. Yeah, this guy's ticked off at the window, so he takes that out first and then starts shooting.
Is that Donald Trump there where your thumb is, Randy, on
Could
the
be.
right-hand page?
Yeah, here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down. Someone shot at me.
Instead of using shadow under the, hat, he's used color like in that fourth panel on the first page or third panel on the right page.
Yeah.
Just a little darkening of the color there. I love it.
Look at those lovely boots as well on that second page.
Growing up, everybody used to wear a hat. You see very few hats nowadays.
We had to wear a hat back then because the sun
Unless
and the rain,
mm-hmm.
in order to protect yourself from the elements. Let's imagine
Now we
everybody
wear
walking around
hats to stream on YouTube.
There you are. That's just to cut the glare down. We all know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Angel Face here was sitting in the window. The window she opened up to take a shot at whoever, Grant probably, and this other assassin took the window out. Now she thinks that she's been spotted. Well, I've been seen. They're shooting at me. Someone's shooting. They tried to kill the president.
So the Union guy is looking for the sniper. Is that right? Is he the good guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Union guy. I thought he was aiming to
trying to take the
shoot.
woman out.
But no, yeah, here's that. She takes a shot at Grant there.
And he says, "Someone shot at me." I don't think
She
he'd
doesn't
say
look
that.
over feminine.
No.
Not quite as dramatic as fight, huh? Yeah.
Wow. Look at the color
look
on
at-
these pages. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at him leaping onto the train on that page, the third tier down on the second page. On the other page.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. The real
Yeah.
Superman
Midair.
fly.
It's taking a hardcore dive. Yeah.
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 And he's missed.
I love
He's
that
missed it.
smoke. I love that variation in the smoke coming out of the train
Yeah.
stack there.
And she's turned green. Turned into Aqua Girl.
Blue.
I could see where this would influence an artist like Dave Gibbons. I almost see some Dave Gibbons, in some of this.
Yeah. That's great.
Especially on like the facial features, Yeah, like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Look at that red on that guy there on the second panel there. That's fantastic. That's coming from, that's the glow from the.
I know it really jumps
isn't
out
that
at you,
amazing?
doesn't it?
Glow from the stove. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Mhm.
it does add to the tension.
Oh God, his face goes right into the
Oh.
fire. Wow. Ouch.
Oh no!
Oh, ah!
Oh, it's Russ at the bottom panel there, bottom left.
Yeah, I like the suddenly the guy from the Old West knows how to put in
Yeah.
a nice yokogiri to the face from a crouching position, which is not easy.
Crouching tiger.
Kid drag it.
That panel deserves a big thwack. Doesn't it?
Yeah, the whack.
And a quick
Got what he
as his head goes
deserved
in the.
because he in that first panel, isn't he? Aren't those hot coals, or is that just
No,
coals
I think
from
they're
the
just coal.
Yeah.
coal? Okay.
Here.
Yeah, I think I think it'd have drawn them red if they were hot when they painted them red.
Angel got his face burned off.
Oh dear.
Suddenly the train gets real colorful here.
Hope he had his.
Yeah.
Go
hope
ahead,
he had
Rick.
his eyes closed, but
Yeah. I'm on fire.
at that temperature, your eyelids might melt to the rest of your face.
Getting into the curve way too fast.
He wouldn't suffer for long because they would probably hang him for treason.
Yeah. President's safe. That's an important thing. And who's this? No idea. We found him 500 yards away anyway. I'm sure it ain't Blueberry. It's all burned.
It's almost like he selects, okay, on this, we're going to have some baby blue background, for a couple pages, like maybe 4 pages if it's was originally kind of checkbook sized,
Yeah, they're outside in a bright day.
but you turn the page, it's going to be different.
Well, I'll turn the page. It's the end of book 1.
Oof, look at that.
So yeah, we start over. Book 6, Broken Nose. Sorry,
Broken Rose.
Broken Rose. Get that, love that.
Si, senor.
This is great. Crazy, fantastic stuff.
Any criticisms about this work, though? I mean, negative wise, that you've seen?
Other than it being wordy, but that's a sign of the time,
Yeah.
Yeah, my only problem even with that is the fact that the translation doesn't work in terms of the spacing in the word balloons. That's the only thing that spoils it for me, but I'm not really looking at that. I'm looking at the artwork. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
You can't really. There's nothing
Dave in the house.
detrimental to say about this whatsoever.
No. Good to see you here, Dave. Thanks for stopping by. Shadowhawk Talks. Hail all and good morning.
Hey,
Morning,
Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk. Hey, Omer.
Everybody's getting up.
I got an appreciation for action scenes without any onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Inagata de Vida.
I think he must be drawing on his personal experience of living in Mexico for 10 years, because all these people that he paints, they're all weather worn, aren't they, with the sun?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at them, they've all, like you said, they're all different colors, but they've all been hit by the sun all their lives, and it's like leathery skin.
Right. Yeah.
And those.
Remember that. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
On the first page, the last panel, he's painted the shadows purple rather than do them black.
Mm-hmm.
How good is that? Oh, it looks purple to me. It's a bit blurred, but certainly not solid. They're not solid, are they?
No.
He really does take the time of day into account, doesn't he? The
Mhm.
lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from our point of view, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to Moebius that he went to live in Mexico for 10 years. Did he go with his mother or his auntie or something? He went over there.
Yeah, I think he was living there with his mom for quite a while.
Yeah, and he obviously got it, didn't he? He's seen this. You know, these rocks and things are real.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I said, the leathery faces with the sun beating on them all the time.
The background with some of the bricks popping out here.
Yeah.
Just he's seen all that up close.
And the people are real, aren't they? Because the faces are so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that guy in the bottom left on the first panel. Side view of that guy. Look at his face. The soldier. Yeah. You know, he's got very real characteristics rather than just a nose, just a nose and eyes and a mouth.
Mm-hmm. And the old weather worn, is that probably a corporal? Yeah, great stuff. Dave says the art here is incredible. Yeah, that's why we're taking a look at it, Dave. Just fantastic work. Moebius.
Looks like Lee Van Cleef there.
Yeah.
The one you pointed at, the weather-worn
It's got that look.
corporal, kind of look Lee Van Cleef like with a wet mustache.
Yeah.
And again, on the second page, he's got that really tiny panel at the end. That one, really little, and it really sets the scene. And there's nothing in it, you know. It's just that rock and that little house thing, and it's just fantastic.
Again, it's a beat in time he wanted to take between the scenes to set up the next location.
Yeah.
And there you are. And then he follows it up by these guys in the inside, you know, doing natural things, talking. What do you think, Bunch? It's a mighty grave report, Paul, but I'm afraid it won't change a damn thing. The politicians who made Tucson your local Indian affairs agent, or Tolson, your local Indian affairs agent, are real bigwigs. So again, I love this because it's so natural looking. His doesn't have straight out shoulders. He's bent to the side. He's lifting that bottle and pouring that cup. It looks natural.
He's done a lot of research for the clothes, hasn't he? Because look at that guy next to him with the handkerchief with the top hat when the horses are going away. Look at that. Look at the folds and the way, like you say, he's got the guy in that picture's got shoulder pads in, hasn't he? In his jacket, you can tell by the way the folds appear.
Yeah.
It's really great.
He's a dandy.
Yeah.
With that stagecoach, it's fantastic.
Imagine if somebody else inked this, they'd wreck it, wouldn't they?
More than likely, yeah. And again, like you keep saying, I'd love to see the pencils on this just to see how much of it was there before he started inking.
Yeah. I'd buy the complete works in pencil.
Yeah.
As I would Kirby and Buscema and Romita and anybody else, you know.
Follow Smoke. I've been looking for affordable reprints of this stuff. Impossible to find. Keep looking. Check on eBay. Follow Smoke. You might find something. There is an IDW hardback of a lot of this material. I've seen it. So had a friend of mine pick one up at a show. I'm not sure if it was in color though. Might have been in black and white. doesn't get reprinted enough. That's why we're looking at this. This is something, this kind of work, and there's so many other works that are like this, always need to be in print all the time in order to be accessible, so that folks can know how great comics can be. Should be available all over the world. It's just such a classic Western.
Have they made a film of it yet and wrecked it?
Yeah, they have. And yeah, they did. It was, I believe it was Italian, might have been French, but there is a Blueberry film. It's very obscure anymore because it's so terrible. And it had more to do with mysticism than, it was more of a Western mysticism type movie than something like this. This is more like your Sam Peckinpah and Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns here.
You just wonder these people's brains. You think we've got a really, really best-selling, brilliant idea here. We've got the rights for the film. How come we
let's mess it up?
Let's make it trippy.
Well, it's because what happens is you get creatives involved, especially in the film industry, who go, right, I'm going to make this mine. I'm going to leave my imprint on this instead of just adapting.
That's creatives in air quotes. That's creatives in air quotes too.
Yeah. Look at like I know you don't like Lord of the Rings, Glenn, but the actual production of it, they did a fantastic job of bringing the actual book to life. They didn't put their own views into it. They didn't try and make it theirs. They tried to create the best version of the book they possibly could within the restrictions of filmmaking. And it's one of the great examples of doing it right. No, they couldn't get everything into it. Of course you can't with a tome that size. But they got all the right things in. I mean, even if you look at the Conan film, which didn't adapt a specific story and is actually a sort of a mishmash of Cull and Conan, it still had the essence of Conan in it.
Yeah.
And so, that's the problem you've got. You've got so many creatives now in the environment who want to leave their mark.
Yeah, and it's egos, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is egos because what they do is they see what came before them, which is genius people creating stuff and fighting against, against the system in a lot of ways. We all know that Star Wars shouldn't have been made, stuff like that. And then creating these amazing, sometimes amazing empires, but certainly amazing careers and legacies. And they, instead of putting in the hard work, and sometimes, in all fairness to the modern creative, it's difficult to get in. Okay, it's difficult to make your own thing because the studios aren't taking risks. They just want to reboot everything they thought was good in the past. Yeah. And so you end up being given something as a creator and them saying, right, well, here you go. We've got the name, do what you want, and people insert their own ideologies, their own views instead of creating something completely new. So those are the problems we have, I think, in the creative industries at the moment.
One of the best adaptations I've seen is a thing called The Shadow Kingdom by two guys. That's really, 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 really on the money because it doesn't. There's no ego in there. When I look at that, I see a lot of love in there. And we're gonna do the best we can and leave this alone because it's brilliant. We're just drawing it and adapting it. That's what I see.
Thank you for those kind words. You are. Although you are in the majority, we have had many very, very good responses. I have had a couple of people, one specifically that wasn't impressed in the slightest. So it is about the eye of the beholder. So
completely missed the point.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Let's put it this way: if you got, let's say you've had 100 people say something, and one says it's no good, that tells me something. If 99 said it was no good, that would tell me something.
Yeah, you have a point there, my friend. You have a good point.
Yeah.
And to back up what Russ was saying about Hollywood, if you haven't seen the documentary Superman Lives, You really need to watch it. Really need to watch it to see just how stupid Hollywood can be. Just incredibly crazy. That's a documentary about a film they were trying to get together with Superman, starring Nicolas Cage. And the producer on that was, he really comes across as missing quite a few pieces of his mental puzzle.
Well, if I
to put it nicely,
I've not seen that documentary, but if I shuddered then when you said Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I might watch it on the television, but I wouldn't go and see it. Wouldn't pay money to see it because I don't dislike Nicolas Cage, but he's not Superman.
Yeah, well, back then Superman wasn't Superman either. He had a big mullet.
Yeah,
it's like
90s Superman.
Yeah,
I'd put it alongside Senator, John Kennedy.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, the guy who was the producer on that, he went on to produce a bunch of other big films, and he actually got the gig because he was Barbara Streisand's hairdresser.
Oh God!
And he keeps wanting to put his own personal touches in it, and he goes back and has all of these production designs done. That's where during that period, if you remember, if you were reading Superman at the time, when Brainiac changed to this chicken-looking thing with tentacles on it, that was because that almost made it into the movie. And he kept insisting that there be a giant mechanical spider that...
wasn't he the guy that ended up doing that on Wild West?
Yeah, he ended up producing Wild Wild West and putting it in there, and the movie Wild Wild West bombed really badly.
He got his spider though, didn't he?
Got his spider, yeah.
There's nothing different though, because I watched the end of Bonnie and Clyde the other night.
Mm-hmm.
With Warren Beatty and was it Faye Dunaway?
Yeah, Faye Dunaway.
I know a bit about what happened in Bonnie and Clyde, and that ending isn't anywhere near what happened. But what it is you've got two gorgeous people as the stars, and they adapt it to that rather than put two gorgeous stars and say, well, you're going to do it this way. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, it's also a movie, so they had to glorify it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah.
But,
but I see what Glenn's saying, but there's still an essence there. It's like I was saying about the Conan film. It's like it's not an adaptation in any way, shape, or form, but it's still Conan, and it's still very Robert E. Howard, I think. So
the first one,
the first one, yeah.
The second one, Conan, I think Conan the Destroyer. It was
that's I'm not. See, a lot of people prefer that, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but to me, that represents more Conan in the comics.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more. I would say it's a more fun movie.
Yeah, it's more of a pulpy, moving action flick more than anything.
Whereas the first one,
Milius with Conan knew that was the feel that he wanted to get across in that movie. It is completely different from all the other Conan films.
I thought Stone wrote Conan the Barbarian. Oliver Stone.
Oliver, yeah, he probably made a pass at the script.
I think he was involved in it in some way. I don't know. I think his name's in the credits.
Right, I'm sure he wrote. Anyway, I'll bounce.
Milius directed it, so that the entire thing's in that feel of it. Right. Them filming him moving the large little grinder thing for no reason. And doing the sword practice on the beach, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's
speaking of egos. With Stallone and Arnie, as arrogant or whatever they come over when you see them, they really know not like Mel Gibson did Hamlet. Come on, no, do you understand what I mean? So Sly and Arnie only make that kind of tough guy film because they know that's what they're good at and they can do that. They don't think, I'll do some, to be or not to be. That is a question, all that sort of shit. So anyway,
they know their limitations.
Yes.
Although saying that, in all fairness to Stallone, the Rocky movies.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Certainly the first movie.
Yeah.
Had a lot to it. It wasn't just an action.
Yeah, quite agree.
And
but you know the story behind that, don't you?
Yeah, he wanted to be in it, and he hacked it
couldn't-
around Hollywood.
Yeah, nobody touch it, so he
No.
produced it, directed it, wrote
Yeah.
it, and starred in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
one of the
Made a
main
push,
reasons
yeah.
why he's so rich now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean that I saw him in Paradise Alley,
Yes,
which
I'm
was
gonna say
prior
that is
to that,
brilliant.
and that is such a good film.
Yeah.
It's humorous, it's human. It's such a beautiful film, and it actually gives you an insight into another demographic of people that that I would know nothing about. You know, like it's in New York. You know, it's like it's. I would put Paradise Alley up there with any of the the Godfather or the Sopranos and all that kind of stuff. I would put it up there with them because it just had so much heart in the film. It was
It's been
beautiful.
so long since I've seen that film. I need to go
That
back and dig it
fantastic
up.
opening sequence, jumping over this rooftop just to get that $5 bill or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, how mad are you?
But, you know,
$5.
and the monkey, when he tied the monkey, so funny. No, it's a brilliant film, and the whole point being is that you're right, horses for courses. But some
Follow
people are just
Smoke
gifted.
says, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there.
That's okay.
Follow Smoke says, I think Blueberry and Corto Maltese are two comics that should be evergreen when it comes to printing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, should always be in print. Absolutely. Yeah.
And they're oop and rare. I'm not familiar with the expression OOP, oop. I know alley oop. But sorry, Follow.
Brother Martin.
But alley oop's another strip that should always be in print too. But that's a whole nother. We need to take a look at that strip sometime soon. We looked at Corto Maltese. Yeah, alley oop needs a caveman that travels through time.
Nice.
You've never seen it? Oh, we're definitely going to have to look at it now. VC Hamlin came in and was doing a basic humor strip with cavemen and dinosaurs, and he had such a love of history, and he was making such notoriety from it. He says, well, you know what, I'm going to have alley-oop start jumping through time. So he had a couple of guys with modern day that created a time machine, starts yanking him back and forth in time. So you've got this cigar chomping caveman dude going back into Roman Empire days and doing all sorts of pretty much like Garth, only with a lot more humor in it. Not quite as many naked females.
Morning, Mrs. Good Stuff.
Yeah, morning. Follow Smoke says
Big Man Doc's birthday. He's 99 years old.
99. If this is the best Western in comics, what other titles would you say deserve to be in the conversation? Follow Smoke asks. My opinion, texts from Italy. Some of them are incredibly well done, and the Jonah Hex material from Michael Fleischer and a lot of the Filipino artists are right up there too, especially if you like gritty spaghetti Western, action-oriented pulpy stuff. Those Jonah Hexes are about the best in American Western comics you're going to find. Anybody else?
No, I'm good with that.
Can't think.
That's good stuff. Good morning. Heading off to work. Have a great Friday. You too. This is good stuff. Be good. Out of print. Follow Smoke says. Follow the there is a text version out there from Dark Horse that Joe Kubert did. Really nice graphic novel. I got my copy in hardback. I'm still, as soon as I run across it, we'll be taking a look at it here. And Jonah Hexes, if you're looking for those and can find the Showcase Presents collections, there's two of them. Either one of them are incredibly good. So, and Jonah Hex is another property like Blueberry that they just went through and ran over with a steamroller that deserved a lot better than a movie treatment than what it got. Remember that Jonah Hex movie? Josh Brolin?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't either. But what I saw of it wasn't.
Oh, I did. Yeah. He had Gatling guns on the sides of his horse.
There you go.
That's a little Quentin Tarantino beginning of the movie. You know, he blows these guys away with the Gatling guns.
Speaking of Gatling guns, do you know how many Gatling guns were made in for the American Civil War? Do you know how many were made?
No.
10. And do you know how many were used?
Probably all 10.
Three.
Three?
Yeah.
Well, that was enough. All you had to do was pivot it and keep cranking.
I know, but if you think of what was going on, and they made 10 of the first, machine gun type of thing. Not machine gun, but, that kind of rapid fire thing.
Rapid fire, yeah.
But they only made 10, and 3 were used. So you see, you got one in the back of Clint Eastwood's wagon in Josie Wales. You've got one on. Everybody's got one, but there are only 3 out there.
Yeah. Now, is the reason they didn't use them? Did the war end, or why was the reason they weren't actually?
It was only introduced towards the end. Yeah.
And with the way troop advancements go,
can you imagine the death?
Then, yeah. Go ahead, Rex.
Can you imagine the death count though if we had used more of that in the war?
Oh yeah, it would have been terrible.
I think it was 600,000.
Him yelling there really looks like Coburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy, he really looks like James Coburn in that. Yeah, right there. Mm-hmm.
What a great face.
That's spot on.
And again, that stagecoach from a bird's eye view, just beautifully done. Not easy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The other thing you have to remember, and I'm all in for photo reference and 3D as reference. Okay, not for tracing over 3D as reference.
Mm-hmm.
Not blindly tracing over, as in just make everything 3D and trace over it. That's just rubbish. You want to have a bit more art and skill involved for me personally. But none of this had any digital tools. It had no help. This was all just libraries and personal experience and an ability with perspective. Just excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Can literally see that stagecoach in any possible perspective in his head.
In his head, yeah, exactly. Spinning it around in your head, and that's
sorry, folks.
And that's what I do say to artists on the way up is like, don't just hit the tools and not anything else. There's nothing wrong with using 3D elements and what have you, but you have to be able to do it for yourself. You have to be able to do it in your head so that when you plan sequential art, you can see it all going on before you lay it down as a sketch, a thumbnail or whatever. Otherwise, if you're totally reliant on 3D programs or photo reference, your sequential art will not flow. It just won't. It will seem stilted. The camera angles will all seem stilted. And you can even see it in some of the mainstream artwork at the moment. Some of the corporate comics, you can see that it's all just, a lot of it's being traced off 3D models. And it just doesn't make an enticing strip.
Yeah,
I think you're bringing up a big point. It's not just the work, but how training your mind how to see.
Exactly.
Translating that through your hand.
There's an artistry to the way that these guys did this because they didn't have those tools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a skill set that can be missed by modern artists if they rely on the tools too much. But both Glenn and I have had this experience because we've been there. Okay, when Photoshop first turned up, people were going straight to Photoshop because it was shiny and new, rather than sitting there with a pencil and a paper and working it out first.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's pretty much the approach I'm talking about. If you go straight to the tools, thinking, right, I can get this 3D model of a person and I can put it into this fantastic full-on pose and everything, but it's still dry. It's still lacking that.
Yeah, there's no soul
spark. There's no soul in it, exactly. Whereas even with if you do find any errors in this stuff, which is unlikely because it's just so brilliant, it doesn't matter. There's a soul in it,
Yeah. It's like I said
Absolutely.
earlier, he can draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Perspective shot here.
Yeah.
Got to move a little faster through.
Go
We're
back
going-
one page, Randy. Go back one page. I want to show just on that second page there, the over the shoulder shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
It's got a real Dave Gibbons cross
Right.
section on, isn't it?
Right there in your
Mm-hmm. Does.
mm-hmm. Yeah, right in your face.
Yep.
That's storytelling right there in one panel.
Yeah. The light here
Yeah, fabulous.
used. Yeah.
That face you just pointed to looks a little like V for Vengeance, doesn't it? That mask he wears.
Yeah.
You know, that white mask.
Yep.
On V, whatever it's called, that film.
Mm-hmm. V for Vendetta.
That's the one, yeah. V for Vendetta, yeah. What did I say? Vengeance.
Yeah.
And Vendetta, yeah.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Look at the shading on that center panel there on the first page, in the side view, under the hat.
Yeah.
On the second tier, below.
Down here. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And then here, his Moebius's science fiction
Yeah,
line work comes through really hard right there.
just open, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to be make her look as tender as possible.
Yeah. I love the bottom panel as well with the horses where he's showing the foliage and all the little plants and stuff in the desert.
Yeah.
You just know that he's seen that.
Yeah. Sagebrush here. It's great. Look at this little thin panel here. What a great angle. Almost under her chin, back towards the sky with the glasses.
Yeah.
So it's great too. It's a fantastic page.
Beautiful.
I can see some Alex Toth simplicity here.
Yeah.
You know, the first page where he's tipping his hat, you can't see his face. An editor today would say, you can't see his face.
Yeah. What a great shot, though, that is. Just
Yeah.
fantastic.
Brilliant.
Very
isn't it?
cinematic.
Wonderful.
I mean, just the different angles he's using panel by panel, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
There's that wonderful smoke again on that train coming off the rail.
Tipping train.
If we were just to go by panel the different and name the different angles,
Yeah.
worm's eye view looking up
Look at that.
into the villain's face to make it look more grand, or looking down, bird's eye view, just or straight on. The angles are just all over the place, over the shoulder.
All good.
I want to know how long it takes him to draw this.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that too. What his schedule was like when he was working on it.
Look at that second to last panel on the second page, just that beam holding that up. It's not straight. It's, looks like it came directly off a tree.
Yeah. Set of natives
A
here.
little bent, characteristic. Just adding character in the beam holding, not a straight line.
They're all playing poker here.
That's a big reward on that wanted poster. $50,000.
Yeah. Back then, especially.
Yeah. That'd set you up for life.
Yeah.
Must have wanted him bad.
Real bad. Just that pen. It's crazy.
Glenn, I mean, the word balloons, translated from French to English, does it really bother you the way this has been done?
Yeah, it's just the big blank spaces, but I'm tending, like I said before, not to look at that. I'm looking at the artwork, but yeah, it does spoil it because you get these big expositions and then you get this massive balloon with 3 words in it, But it doesn't offend me too much.
Now we're outside. Look at that. Intense
Look at that
light.
rock at the top left.
Yeah.
So you can look past it a bit, can't you, Glenn?
Yeah.
When the artwork's this good.
Yeah,
Oh.
and yeah, like I said, it's there, but it doesn't bother me too much because I'm too busy looking at the artwork and the shadows, the color. It's just wonderful. As I said before, I'd
Yeah.
like to see it in French.
How you
Just to
muted that?
fill in the space.
How you muted that rock you were
Yeah.
pointing out, to show distance.
Back here, especially.
Mhm.
I imagine this was pretty high in printing at the time to reproduce this faithfully as put
Yeah.
down.
I'd imagine is this from a newspaper strip? Because it's certainly in tiers, isn't it? Because they got little marker numbers on them.
Yeah, about like that. Yeah. I think that they printed it half a page at a time when it was first printed.
There's a format, European format, which is like a portrait size anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That quite a lot of books have been printed in. So it could just be that it was that format.
Yeah.
If it's like half size and he, if it was like a weekly ran in the newspapers, took you a week to do half a page, how many weeks, this is, amazing.
Yeah. You'd be devoting a couple years.
If you're getting paid, you don't mind.
I know the Prince Valiant strips used to take a week with Hal Foster, but he'd take his time on it on purpose, But then he was printed full page, full tabloid page in the papers back during that period.
Yeah, and he was getting well paid for it as well.
Quality
Incredibly
shows.
well paid for it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I would.
That's why it was so long lasting. It still holds up today.
Yep. Still very.
Look at that lovely panel there in the blue at the bottom left.
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That could be a cover. You could put a logo on top of that and make that a cover.
Yep, sure could. That face too.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And that red.
I agree with Glenn. I would love to see. I would love to see the details really pop out, and see this in black and white.
Yeah.
Randy, just go back quickly. Just something I want to point out. See that second page center panel, the silhouette. Look at the background colors.
Yeah,
that's John Higgins on Watchmen on Mars, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And even the line work looks like it here too.
Yeah.
So
you can sort of see what these guys are looking at, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you see that guy with the white suit before. Tarantino must have seen that and thought that I like that.
I think this is a fascinating panel too, with the weather-worn native in the background and the pretty girl in the front looking with wide open spaces. And this guy's got that weather-worn, leathery look to him.
The guy above him looks like he's got a suit on, doesn't he? With an orange suit and a white face.
Yeah. There he is again here, sitting on a rock.
It's just superb, isn't it?
It is.
Every panel, like we said, every part of it And the way he's got the bird in black all the time, he's grabbed hold of it. It's all in black, and then you get that lovely panel there where it's not. You see the sun on it, but all the while you're seeing the sun shining down, and see the shadow of him.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, imagine showing somebody fighting an eagle for 2 whole pages. You know,
Mhm.
this is what I was saying earlier about he lets the story breathe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know, in a modern comic, or somebody else would have had that fight lasting 2 panels. He's given it 2 pages because it's a serious piece of, you know, he's being attacked by a wild animal, isn't he?
It would either have been 2 panels of action, or it'd have been some kind of spirit animal talking about their feelings for the next 10 pages.
Yeah. Look at those talons sinking in that blood on that 4th panel.
Yeah.
Pecking at his, trying to get his eyes, or pecking him on the head.
Mhm.
It's serious business, you know.
Yeah.
Drives him off the cliff.
Yeah.
And the Indian there with the binoculars saying, "Huh, don't see that every day."
Yeah. Buzzard's coming down, picking at him.
Again, the color just totally changed again.
Yeah.
From the outside to the dark, and then inside the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And that, look at that top panel there, the left-hand page,
He's
of
playing with my emotions.
the buildings there.
Yeah.
At the top, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That whole tier right there is just great. The little inset panel there. It's fantastic.
Almost looks like an old photo, the way it's just muted, and that just brings it out more with the darker panels around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draws your attention right there. Just look at the light change in that. It would be bottom, sort of on the first page, but no, cross from there.
Right here.
Right? No, up. Nope, up.
Where
You
you
know,
talking?
up there.
Here.
Yeah. No. You
It's
tell
an
me. He's
it's
got
an
his foot
exercise-
out, his leg out.
an
This is
exercise in mood.
Yeah.
With color.
The dark shadows
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Just the transition
The
of
moon.
light in that. And actually that's goes, you know, got a panel overlaid on top of it. That's a whole panel right there, but it doesn't really translate as that until you really look at it.
It's a bland.
I could see where this really influenced Dave Gibbons. I see some Dave
Yeah.
Gibbons, you know,
Yeah.
things that he kind of took from it, I guess.
Look at the color on that first page, the last panel of him falling off. That lovely green on that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's looking at this panel here. light source.
If people think my coloring's like Moebius, you're really going to see some stuff later on.
What is that from the first panel overlaid over the guy's face on the first page?
It's the bird's wing.
What is that overlaid? Is that rock? What is
bird's wing?
The bird's wing. Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure about the red lettering.
Yeah. This emphasizes yelling.
Yeah.
Hey, the Apaches is getting away.
there was some lettering earlier.
Yeah.
In the first story that was colored every now and then.
But the Indian guy at the left-hand panel's shouting, and he's not in red. Demonios.
Nova Crimson asks, where can I buy it? I'm not sure. There's a more recent printing. You might find somebody selling the Epic volumes. That's what we've got here are the Epic trades from 1980. But this stuff isn't in print often enough. IDW, I think, just kicked out a large hardback of it. Or not just, but kicked a large hardback of it out a few years back. I'm not sure if that's available on Amazon or not. I would have to look.
Do you think they don't keep it in print because there's no call for it?
Probably. They don't think that there's a market for it.
But do you think that might be because people aren't aware of it?
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's no market for it because people don't know it's there.
Yeah.
So that's probably it.
So that sort of tells me to make everybody aware that it's there.
Yeah.
Because, I buy them.
That's why we love showing this stuff off, There's so much great sequential artwork out there just waiting to be seen.
Should get royalties.
I was telling Nina that we need to have that link over to Amazon so that we can send people over there. Because I know we've sold quite a few things just by showing them off. Blueberry 2 paperback not available. I'm looking on Amazon. Chihuahua Pearl not available. Paperback, they have it listed. Blueberry Tome 1 Fort Navajo French edition, $25. Pardon me. Moebius Library, the major. That's not it either. All of the blueberries here are listed, but nobody's selling them. There's somebody selling a mass paperback of this very issue, Blueberry 3, for $199.95. That's on Amazon too. Not even on eBay.
Wow.
It's got it listed for $199.
Just this book.
Just this book. Yep.
Wow.
Free delivery.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Thanks a lot. I want it to me door, never mind in the post.
Yeah.
Might end up in Canada.
And you earn 200 points, whatever that means.
Oh, great.
Blueberry 3, Angel Face. Yeah. Where's it coming out of? Let me click on this and take a look.
On eBay, Blueberry number 5 came out 1990, first English printing, $79.95.
$79.95.
Yeah, they have a few more listed. Blueberry
Here's
1 we looked at
5 for $309.
Yeah.
Say that again.
309.
309.
That's file that under smoke them while you got
75
right there.
plus
Yeah.
Jesus.
Chihuahua Pearl that we looked at a few weeks ago. They've got it listed here, and somebody's got an Amazon store listing it for $294.
I got it for £5.
Blueberry, I think that's 2. Blueberry 4, they're offering for $199.
Well, it begs the question: where's the original artwork?
Yeah.
How much is that worth?
Blueberry 2 is only $99 though.
Only.
Let me see if there's a more recent version of this here.
Not sure.
Blueberry Saga, Confederate Golds. there's a lot of different blueberries. You want to get the lieutenant blueberries. There's some that take place earlier than this, and I don't think no, Jean Girard was on that too. Moebius was on that too, but I don't think the artwork on that's nearly as good as the material we're looking at here.
Yeah, Lieutenant Blueberry Still Fingers is one of the books.
Still fingers what?
There's a series of Lieutenant Blueberries, and then
Fingers.
there's 5 regular blueberries. You want the regular blueberries if you can. Lieutenant Blueberry 1 is listed here, Iron Horse. I'll have to take a look at that. I haven't opened that book in decades. I've got it. But I'm not seeing anything more recent than that. It's a shame. This stuff really needs to be in print. Desperately needs to be in print. Let me see if it's IDW.
But not on the
There's not a lot on
shiny paper.
eBay either.
Nope, I'm not seeing anything from IDW there. I'll have to ask Jason. Jason's got the blueberry copy that he showed me. I'll have to see who printed it and if it's available. I know he caught his at a show. Oof, there's some exposition.
Yeah, that's
Well, it was a dump.
Yeah. Out of print. Follow says, where can I buy it? Nova asks, we were looking. Great art and use of color. Absolutely, David. Thanks for being here.
Look at that.
Love this stuff.
Look at that panel. How to spoil a panel by putting a word balloon right in the middle of it. That one, yeah.
Yeah. But you want to show the open sky, though, you know?
Well, edit your words then.
Yeah. That's a heck of a lot of explaining to do in one page right there.
Well, then you need to give it another 2 pages.
Not explaining.
Yeah.
Going into nighttime again here. Gets attacked again by a bird.
Yeah, if he passed away while he was producing this, it would be hard for another artist to pick it up and finish the work.
And so just going to keep moving through here. We're almost at the top of the second hour.
Moving, rolling. Keep those pages rolling. Love that bottom panel where the angle of the panel. No, right there.
Here.
Follows the action going off the cliff. Nope. First page. Bottom panel. Yep. Just that diagonal follows the action in the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The gutter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Randy gets it. He's pointing all over the place.
I am.
First page, last panel.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, the gutter points towards
He's
the.
like, ooh, let me touch it. Mm-hmm. Wow, just amazing how he conveys in the inks and in the colors light.
Yeah.
You're very quiet, Russ.
Great angle here as well. Look at that. Yeah. Bird's eye view.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Love that.
He hanging over the edge.
Fourth panel. Because, I mean, look at that.
Go ahead, somebody.
Second panel there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you would do a panel that small.
Thing is, you see, when he was drawing it, it was probably about 4 times as big as that, and he thought it was a big panel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just needed to mark time real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Love that fourth panel though. The rocks. There's the rubble there where it hits. Yeah. It's the sense of upward lighting on that.
It's a little break out of the panel border here for that hat. Yeah, this one too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him do that very often.
Does anybody know what I mean, I guess depending on his work, you know, what his originals go for nowadays?
I've never seen them for sale.
No, never seen them.
I imagine they're, you know, pretty high value. I'm sure if you check back on some of the old heritage auctions, you're bound to find something of his that that was up for sale. I can't say I've ever seen any of the Blueberry artwork for sale.
I bet they're in private collectors. I can't see him, or I don't know, but I can't see him and or his family hanging on to them.
I don't know.
They're worth millions, aren't they?
Probably.
Unless, of course, they don't need to sell them.
It could be too. This open panel here.
I mean, this work is nearly 50 years old. We're looking at.
Yeah.
Right out of a Remington painting there.
I can. Yeah.
Again,
literally a red man, isn't it?
Yeah. That top panel on the first page is ruined by all those word balloons, isn't it?
It certainly is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here too. It's too much.
Yeah.
Instead of circle the wagons, it's circle the word balloons.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way he colours it.
Look at that next to last panel.
Yeah, he's done the same with this
with
native
the tracks going
that he did with the girl, hasn't he? He's coloured him so that he's what you look at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good smacking.
I assume those are tracks on that second to last, leading to the figure.
Yep.
Rocks.
Yeah, right there.
What
I guess that's
like rocks. Yeah.
Are they rocks? Oh, okay.
Like could be a wagon trail, but no, it's rocks.
Yeah, they almost look
rocks.
like wagon track. You know.
Yeah. Pointed at him. Look at that, dead center.
Leading
That's
your
a
eye.
device I used. Yeah, it's a device I used that with in Hatch doing the rocks pointing to him.
Guy hanging upside down.
Yeah. Oh, sorry again. Hand in the way. Rocks. We're going to run a little bit over, folks, just so you know. It's all right, though. We're almost at the end of this. Coming up to the climax. Bam. It's a ball.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have went with color dialogue. I don't think it's necessary when the visuals are so rich.
Yep.
I guess that's a thought balloon there in the third panel on the first page.
Yeah.
Interesting use of bubble work there. Yeah.
The bubbles, yeah. They only use the red lettering when they're yelling. Like that. But yeah, it is a little distracting.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's.
No. I agree. I don't think it's necessary.
Man. Great use of color.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rich work, even if it wasn't, if it was in black and white, but it's really taken to another level with the color.
Mm-hmm. Forward attack, yeah.
Yeah, one of the few examples we get on here where
Just look at this bearing.
you don't desperately want to take the color off. You can see it would look good in both.
Yeah, look at
it
it.
would
Just
look great in
the
black and white, but it
sparing
looks
yellow.
so well done. And again, it's one of those situations where the artist is both the colorist and the inker.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good choice.
Shots here. I'm riding. There we go. Oh. Look at that.
You got to wonder what, all the great Western films that's come out of Hollywood, did that influence him whatsoever?
Of course, I think it must have
Sure.
done.
John Ford movies, Howard Hawks, Sam Peckinpah.
I'm sure he was a huge fan of that material. Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, folks.
Wow.
Blueberry
Look at
3.
that granulated back cover. That's wild. Like burlap.
Yeah, all of them have that little textured, almost looks like material back cover in different colors. Blueberry 3, folks. Great.
3-course meal.
Are we going
Very
on to
satisfying.
4, or do we need to jump over to something else for a while?
Go to 4 for me.
Yeah, we go to 4. Finish it off for the year.
Go to
Do
4.
something new in the
Oh,
spring.
In the new year.
Spring in January.
All right.
Do
More
you have
blueberry
all
next
5 of them?
week, folks. Yes, I do. And quite a few of the young blueberry material too that are prequels to this. One of these times, I'm going to pull out Rio by Doug Wilde and show you. It's a Western, that graphic novel he did. That it's real.
You are a rich
stuff.
man indeed.
I just love this stuff and collect it wherever I find it. This stuff I bought right off of the shelves. Anytime one was out, I got it. Back then too, it was what, $10?
$10.
You got a steal.
Oh no, this is a whopping $12.95.
Oh, bankrupt.
Oh, you had to think about that one.
Yeah,
I'll have to sell a kidney to buy it nowadays.
that's like buying that InDesign book for $25.
Yeah,
The Alex Toth book. Looking at it, and go $25.
you got to do without your lunch to get that one, haven't you?
Yeah, there you go. Blueberry, folks. Hopefully, sometime real soon that'll get a nice reprint volume from somebody. But for right now, this is what you have. I guess is what you can find on Amazon and eBay, or if you're lucky enough to catch it at a show, you see these pop up every once in a while in the magazine boxes. That's why I always tell folks to take a look through those magazine and graphic novel boxes, because you never know what you're going to find. There's collections moving back and forth all the time, and they usually blow them out at shows. So if they can't sell them in their store. So anyway, folks, we hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed looking through this material as much as we did. We do this because we love it. We don't get paid. We're not monetized for this, but we just love looking at this material and being inspired by it. If you are too, and you think of anybody else that might enjoy this program, tell your friends about it. So we could always use more eyes on this stuff, more interaction as well. If there's anything that you want us to take a look at, feel free to drop us a comment wherever you're watching this. We're sure to take a look at it, and we'll definitely take your suggestions under consideration for future shows. So we deeply appreciate you being here today. Rex, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me daily on 4 O'Clock Shadow on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, on X, under Devil Flyer. You can find me under Rex Christian on Facebook. Find me under Twitch, on Twitch. I sometimes broadcast over there under Devil Flyer. You can find my project over on Fund My Comic.
There you go. I was just going to say that. Fundmycomic.com, folks. Look for Devil Flyer over there. Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
Oh, yeah. You can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list. This guy is going out to our backers in the next week or so.
Oh, no. They should be getting it now. It's
right. US backers. US backers will be getting it
yeah.
now. UK and European backers, I'm sending it out next week. So you'll be getting a copy of this. If you're watching this and you think, oh, that looks a bit good, I like that. Unfortunately, the crowdfunded versions are not available anymore, but we'll be going straight to retail with this. So if you sign up for the email list at russleach.com, I can let you know exactly when this is available to buy online from places like Amazon and Barnes & Noble, or, of course, directly from Critical Blast themselves.
There you go. All right. And Atlantean 2 is in production.
Certainly is. It's on my board right now.
Atlantean 3 is in pre-production. So here we are. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me on the usual places like Facebook and all those things. You can find me on these programs with Randy and Russ and Rex as well. It's coming in a lot now. And if you go to Fund My Comic, you can get my book here. But I wanted to show you this. I've not seen these Blueberry work before. Of how to use devices. There's the universe pointing at Hatch. And look at the rock. Look at the rocks pointing at him there. You see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So anyway, you can get me on Amazon. I've got 12 books in print, varying subjects. You can go to Amazon and see all those. Just put my name in, and you'll just find me all over the place. So really enjoy being here.
All right. Glad you can make it. Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find me at, if you want to talk to me, you can find me on Facebook directly. I hang around X every once in a while, but not very often. But Facebook's really my main hang. And you can find me over at Arrow Comics, arrowcomics.store, arrowcomics.com. You can find the Shadow Kingdom just about anywhere books are sold. Just go in and ask. They can special order that. There's a great hardcover that's available for $39.99. That's a faithful adaptation of that Robert E. Howard story that introduces everyone to Kull and Brule. And as Kull becomes king of Valusia and finds out there's a conspiracy to take his throne by a race of shape-shifting lizard people.
Yeah, so it's always going on.
Great and fun stuff. So, everybody, I think that's it. We'll be back Sunday morning at 9 a.m. for Sunday Funnies, and we will be covering the rest, this time for sure, the rest of comics, the history of comic books in America by Les Daniels, the creation of and start of Marvel and the underground movement, a little bit more talk about the code and comic history is all right there in that book. And we'll be covering on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time there. And then stop back here for the next Comics by Night, 5 a.m. Eastern. We'll have more Blueberry next week. So we deeply appreciate everybody stopping by. And if you're in the business, you want to be part of this program and you're up this early in the morning or you're around and you want to stop by live, you're more than welcome to join us. Just let me know. Let's get a hold of us over on Facebook. We have a little group there where we post the link and you can just come in at any time. So the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned, especially if you love this material as much as we do. So we want to thank you again for stopping by. Go visit your local retailer, especially now, especially this time of year. Your local retailer is particularly having a rough time.
Yeah.
So
certainly are.
Diamond's bending them over backwards and delivering stuff late. And it's going to be a rough season for them. So stop by your local retailer if you can. Take a look at those boxes. It might be a little dusty. You never know what great comics you're going to find there just by taking a little bit of time and looking. So I know we've got a couple of really great retailers around here with big inventories that have a lot of just crazy good stuff. So other than that, folks, buy independent and alternative comics, especially ours. Take a good look over at fundmycomic.com. It's a platform dedicated to crowdfunding campaigns for comics, and it's open to everyone over there. As long as your campaign fits the basic standards of public decency, you can campaign any kind of book over there that you want. So you can't show the naughty bits in the campaign, but you can have them in your book and just let everybody know it's adults only. They are a free speech platform, and they pride themselves on the variety and the talent that's over there. There's a lot of great products. I need to get a little card with their logo on there when I talk about them so that we can pop that up. But in the meantime, folks, take care. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
We appreciate you stopping by, and definitely hit the like if you can. Let us know. Leave a comment. Even just great show would do really good, and it does us so much for the algorithms. The more that you out there contribute to this program as well. Yeah. Deeply appreciate you being here. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next. Take care, everybody. He said scrolling, desperately scrolling.
Bye.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration.
Never a charade.
Once again, this time with theory.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Holy shit. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
Christmas biscuits.